What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most requested reviews analysis, so stick around. You don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, if you're considering a purchase, don't miss out on this incredible discount available right now. Check the description below and the pinned first comment. Now, let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. So, this ultra-wide monitor has been a pretty solid fit on my desk. I bought it at a price that felt fair for the size, and it's been playing nicely with both macOS and Windows. Color accuracy and viewing angles are solid enough for day-to-day work, and the contrast and black levels are decent for most videos and docs. The built-in speakers, though, are not worth using. Sound is pretty flat, so I pair it with a little external speaker setup via the monitor's aux output. One thing I learned pretty quickly is that this monitor ships with a stand that feels a bit wobbly, so I ended up adding a monitor mount. If you're serious about a steady 2 or 3 window layout, I definitely recommend a mount, rather than relying on the stock stand. For productivity, this monitor shines, text is crisp, and you can open 2 or more apps side by side at full usable size, which is a huge time saver with Excel, Word browsers. You name it. It's not a gaming monitor for heavy-duty titles, but light gaming works fine, thanks to the 100Hz refresh rate, which is a nice perk if you dabble with a bit of casual gaming. For movies and videos, the color and the wide field of view make for a pleasant viewing experience. I had some adjustments to make on the setup side. Early on, I found out the default Mac and PC configurations wouldn't hit the 100Hz spec. In practice, I was limited to around 50Hz. That was a letdown, but not a deal breaker. On macOS Sequoia, everything looked tiny at the default resolution, so I used Better Display to set a custom 275/2 by 152 with high DPI on, and that brought the scale back into a usable range. I also found that using the sRGB 2:1 color profile gave me a more predictable, comfortable look. The built-in picture-in-picture feature is a neat touch, letting me use 2 different inputs or apps at once without fiddling around. It's handy when you're comparing data across sheets or dragging information between windows. The overall build quality feels fair for the price, and the screen handles long sessions without too much eye fatigue. All that said, it's not perfect. The fact that the 100Hz claim isn't readily achievable without chasing specific software tricks is something to keep in mind. If you want a plug-and-play experience with minimal tweaking, you might want to budget for a higher-end panel. But if you're focused on productivity, 2-sized real estate, and a reasonable multimedia setup, this monitor delivers, especially for the price. Fast shipping and quick setup helped me pull the trigger, and I'm happy with the overall experience so far, with the caveat about the speakers and the stand.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.